My beloved people of Anambra State, Anambra State is the great temptation this time around. I'll go to poll on 6th of November. There is already a revealed truth that the APC government at the federal want to enthrone their own in Anambra State. So they don't even need any voting. They will just write the result. Has already revealed that that's their master plan. To enthrone the useful idiots in Anambra State. And you know one of the ways to destroy any state is to send a mediocre upon the people. If you want to run a university down, bring person who failed his degree and made him vice chancellor. He will destroy that place completely. Academics will go. So the useful idiots that are trying to impose on Igbo land was to destroy the virtues and the grace of Igbo man and the light of nations. That's the master plan. So, and the APC government they want to throw will destroy the state completely. For them, we have to stand up and we are praying for it and ask God to give us the strength to resist them. Resist the evil one and they will run away. We have to rise up and resist them. And now what we're encouraging every person should come out daily that day and vote. Let's vote and defend our votes. Let's see from where they will rig it. But if we don't turn up and didn't vote, they were dead automatically giving them a free air to do what they want to do. The APC government, federal wanting through APC government in Anambra State, knowing fully well that Anambra State don't accept APC. If they go into a voting, the person will vote for them. They won't even get 5% of the vote in Anambra State. So they believe the only way they can do it is by rigging. But the painful about it is that the APC government is trying to enthrone an APC government in Anambra State. And we discovered the APC government are now the Anglicans. They want another opportunity to finish what they started. But God will not allow them. But the painful side of it is that even the governor we elected in Anambra State at that Apuga is already working for them. You can see him now walking down the state, walking down Igbo people in every direction. He's not hiding about it. Now, what he's now doing is that he's trying to make that in the federal government want to do in Anambra State, he has started doing it in some towns. After the town election in many towns in Anambra State today, the Apoga government will throw down the elected people and they throw a caretaker government and under the head of an Anglican. He had done it in so many towns. So you can see now working what the federal government is trying to do. He's already building the groundwork for them. When he can now go to a town of about 90% Catholics and enthrone a caretaker committee of an Anglican who is not up to 5% of that town, what else you want her to do? And it happened in our own town. And when it happened, we went into it and said, why should this happen? How can an Apoga government be against the Catholics? Why should he impose minority upon the majority? Why would he renounce? Why would he not accept a democratically elected government? And want to enthrone his own against the people. He has done it. And when he did it, what do we do? Well, our people have made the effort to say, look, he's wrong. He's wrong. What did he do? We said, look, after the people had made the effort in the town, many people went to him and they could not have any result. We said, okay, let the whole Catholic priest in Agolo, about 100 of us in number, we sat for a meeting and said, look, let's go back to the governor and tell him, look at the truth of the matter. We wrote an email to him. He told us to send the email to his office and to his commissioner for chieftaincy matters. We did. And went to the bishop of Oka and said, look at what is happening. He said, I called him, he will not answer. We said, okay. We went to the auxiliary bishop. The bishop said, how do you want me to begin to talk about this type of thing? You have all the priests. How can you want me to begin to talk about it? Go to him, he will take this situation. He never changed his position. We went to the Akapa chairman, Father Angunobi, and gave him a copy of our petition. And he said he's going to take it up. And when I asked me, he said they didn't accept what they said. We went to the chairman of Okada Assistant Priest, Father Peter Val, and gave him a copy and said, intervene. He ended up telling me he could not do anything about it. And we'll begin to say, how can this unholy act come from the Apoga government? And that one will begin to investigate and begin to inquire, what is the background? What is the reason behind all this? And we discovered the Apoga government was supporting the APC government. They are planning how to enthrone APC government in Anambra State under the head of Anglicans. How rubbish Igbo people all over the place. How rubbish the state. How rubbish the land is rubbishing Catholics all over the place. So it will be absolute for you, for any person to tell you, say you should vote for Apoga. Tell you, say, consider that we should vote for Apoga. We voted for him, he came into power. He's now destroying what built him up. So if anybody tell you not to vote for Apoga, he is not reasonable. He has no moral right to say that. Unless he has no conscience. Ask him what is the basis you vote for them. Not only that he has underdeveloped the state, he is now unequally enthroning minority upon the majority, which is undemocratic. All I will call it, all the Catholic governors, since you have now known the camp is drawn between the Catholics and Anglicans in this election, you have to come together and choose a consensus candidate among yourselves, so as not to divide their votes and give them a chance. If they rule Anambra State again, the Anambra State will perish. Don't develop this state, that the basis of taking over schools in Anambra State, that the basis of every evil you think about our children in Anambra State. When they come to power again, they will repeat what they have done before. They will continue with the game they know before. Before, you can't see government building school. You can't see government building hospital. The town will build it and give them bribe to approve it. We build school and give them bribe to approve it. Government was not useful to Igbo man when they were ruling. It's only at the helm of a Catholic governor that we see that government can be useful to Igbo land. Formally, it is a liability. Government is a liability to Igbo man, not an asset. They want to come back and make it the same again. And that's why I said we should all come out and vote, taking into cognizance that voting for Apoga now is voting for APC government. If you understand it now. And if we don't rise up ourselves to defend our rights, they will engulf us. So I encourage every person in this state to stand up to your vote, stand up and come and vote and defend your votes. If you didn't allow that, when the enemy takes you over, there's nothing you can do about it. And you have had him promising the Mitala who was setting him up that he will build mosques in every part of the local government with our money. So what they could not do, he wants to do for them. And that's the promise he made to them, and that's why they're sponsoring him. We should rise against this. Our father didn't accept that. We should not accept it our own time. So my good Anambra people, I ask you to rise and defend your rights. Defend your state. Defend your children. Defend the future of this state. Don't allow them to overtake us. They're already making all their plans. You can see the plan of that Apoga government in the state. As people, be happy and come and vote. And good people of Anambra State, I salute you.